Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, President Obama focused on securing our nation's clean energy future, making stops at facilities in Maryland and Pennsylvania. The president also met with congressional leadership, hoping to avoid a government shutdown in the face of budget disagreements. In addition, he kept his eye on foreign policy, discussing developments in the Middle East with Israeli President Shimon Peres and stronger trade relations with Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos. That's April 1st to the 7th, or Windmills? Call them wind turbines.
So these aren't your father's windmills. These are wind turbines. You guys are not messing around. This is the future.
On Friday, April 1st, President Obama went to Landover, Maryland, to visit a UPS shipping facility and view the hybrid and electric vehicles included in the corporate fleets owned by AT&T, PepsiCo, UPS, and Verizon.
6 different technologies we're working on.
You know these guys. My energy tech's there. And my transportation sector.
For Americans already struggling to get by, rising gas prices are an added burden, slowing the momentum of our strengthening economy. Transitioning to a clean energy economy will create jobs, keep America competitive, and reduce our vulnerability to fluctuating oil prices.
For all these reasons, I set a new goal for America. When I was first elected to this office, America imported 11 million barrels of oil a day. 11 million barrels. A decade from now, I want us to have cut that by 1/3. That is achievable, it is necessary, it's good for our future, and we are going to get it done.
Later that afternoon, the president met with his newly appointed special envoy to Sudan, Ambassador Princeton Lyman.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Ambassador Lyman will continue the work done by General Scott Gratian to help establish 2 viable states in northern and south Sudan in July. The president also charged the ambassador with redoubling our efforts to help bring a peaceful political settlement to Darfur. On Tuesday, April 5th, the president and the vice president met with Speaker John Boehner, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, Chairman Hal Rogers, and Chairman Dan Inouye to discuss ongoing budget negotiations. With the process running short on time, the president urged leaders to reach final agreement and avoid a government shutdown that would be harmful to our economic recovery.
This is the 2-minute warning for the press briefing. This is the 2-minute warning for the press briefing.
After the meeting, the president spoke to the American people and the White House press corps in the briefing room to update them on the status of the talks.
There's no reason why we should not get this done, and we've got more than enough to do than to be spending our time going back and forth, quibbling around the edges on something this important to the American people.
The president also welcomed Israeli President Shimon Peres to the White House to discuss a host of issues, including U.S.-Israeli security cooperation, recent developments across the Middle East, and the pursuit of peace between Israel and its neighbors. On Wednesday, April 6th, President Obama left Washington, D.C. for Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, to return to Gamesa Technology Corporation, a leading wind energy company where he held a town hall discussion with workers about building a 21st century clean energy economy to win the future.
CEO Gamesa.
It's good to be back here.
The president discussed his long-term plan to protect Americans against rising oil prices, make our country independent of foreign oil, as well as the key components of his broader plan to diversify our energy sources, ensuring a cleaner, safer, and more secure energy future.
I think that what you do here is a glimpse of the future. And it's a future where America is less dependent on foreign oil, more reliant on clean energy, produced by workers like you.
That evening, after returning to the White House, the president met once again with Speaker Boehner and Leader Reid to hammer out an agreement on the fiscal year 2011 budget.
How you doing? Folks are going to work through the night. In the morning, I will check in with the respective staffs of the Speaker and the Majority Leader, as well as my team here. If we haven't made progress, we're going to go back at it again.
On Thursday morning, President Obama called congressional leaders and invited them back to the White House to continue their discussions on the budget. The president also met with President Santos of Colombia. The two discussed a host of global and regional issues, including the increasing trade relationship we share.
I believe that we can structure a trade agreement that is a win-win for both our countries.
When the budget conversations ended for the evening, the president emerged from the Oval Office to address the White House press corps and the American people.
So once again, the staff is going to be working tonight around the clock in order to see if we can finally close a deal. But there are still a few issues that are outstanding. They're difficult issues, They're important to both sides, and so I'm not yet prepared to express wild optimism. But I think we are further along today than we were yesterday.
To find out more information on any of these topics or to see complete videos of these events, go to whitehouse.gov. And thanks again for checking out your West Wing Week.
Stephen Chu and Ray, there they are over there. We're here today for a simple reason. Ray wasn't home when they tried to deliver a package yesterday, so we thought we'd just grab it and be on our way. I've been working them too hard.